All right, guys, real quick here. Let's go over what the ES did on Friday. Now, things calmed down a little bit after we had, people weren't quite as paranoid about a Trump victory. But I just want to point out a couple of things that transpired on Friday and some excellent opportunities. Now, I tell you about these institutional value areas all the time, and I tell you about the blues all the time. These are trap longs up here, but where did we get up to here? Where all these trap longs were, and they couldn't get it over where all those longs were fighting to get back to. So ultimately, once we didn't break that with any type of conviction and we came back up to it, the longs gave up, right? I mean, they were happy just to break even. So they just started selling the living daylights out of it. So we broke down, we came down to the institutional value area, and we chopped and chopped and chopped, and then we broke it. Then we came back up to the institutional value area. Now, this just goes to show you right off the bat how these institutional value areas are extremely valid. Came up, couldn't break it. Came up, couldn't break it. Came up, couldn't break it. I mean, each time we came up here and couldn't break it, it was a shorting opportunity. Whether you got 8 ticks, 24 ticks, whatever. These were all valid opportunities once we couldn't break that institutional value area. Now, right here, you wouldn't have shorted it because you're waiting, right? You're waiting to see if we come back up here again for what? A retest. We retested, broke down about 4 points. Retested, broke down about 3 points. Retested, broke down about 6 points. Retested again, right here. I mean, the validity of this institutional value area was huge. Absolutely huge. So, I mean, look how this played out the entire day. This institutional value area. We finally got above it a little bit here, but really nothing of any consequence. And where do we close? Right inside that institutional value area. So that in and of itself tells you that even the institutions at this point are confused about market direction, because they would have taken this thing on one side or the other of this institutional value area by a larger margin if they had any type of conviction on short-term direction. So that's another thing that it tells you. But really, all I wanted to show you here is the institutional value area and how it just is tremendous. And I'll go over at some point in the future exactly how I come up with these institutional value areas. It really is not that complicated. It's just basic common sense. And as I tell you guys all the time, conventional wisdom in the markets is your enemy. All right? So when you're thinking from a logical perspective that this should happen, turn that on its head. Turn that conventional wisdom on its head, and I will guarantee you will be right more times than you're wrong. A lot more times than you're wrong. And that's precisely why I say that conventional wisdom is your enemy in the markets. So, hadn't made a video in a while, just thought I'd run that by you so that you can see everything that went on. And as usual, the blues were a big deal, right? And but really the major area right now is 70 even here, where all these longs were put on. But the institutional value area also is playing a huge factor. All right, I'm rambling. I'll talk to you guys later.